make more sense, instead of putting your Padawan's life in danger while you go pull the thing off the ship there, and potentially putting your own life in danger at the same time? Wouldn't it make more sense that you do that and he pulls the thing off the ship? Ezra was kind of seeing the big picture at the beginning of the episode, and now Kanan over here is like, no, lessons come first. If we both die in the process, then whoops, it is. Okay, now we get to see part 2, Vampire Day. Part 2. What did it say? Something, the rebel crew something. I don't even know. It
said words.
It did say words.
It spoke the words, and then there were no words.
Sabine, I need you in the nose gun now! He said he knows what happened to your parents.
They're dead. So go. Are my parents dead?
What?
I guess I see that as a moment of maturity. Seeing the big picture, being like, yeah, Sabine can help me figure out what happened to my parents, and then we'll all be dead. Yippee! She's like, you need me to translate for you. And he's like, but no, you go deal with the big picture.
Well, the thing is, the Rhodian seems to kind of
suddenly be flaky again.
Forth between speaking in one language, speaking basic, and then speaking an alien language.
Yeah.
So it's like, which is very convenient because, of course, the important stuff he speaks in a language Ezra doesn't understand.
Yeah. I forgot to mention, but remember how we ended last time with me saying I was gonna say something, but then I forgot what it was?
Oh, you
I remember now! So I was going to say, I find it interesting. He says that Sibo was a friend of, his parents, and seemed to suggest, not necessarily around a lot, but, it's one of those things, it's I would expect him to know some of Sibo's language. But instead it's Sabine who was suddenly translating for him, and he doesn't know anything about what Sibo's saying. I could understand if he's oh, what did he say? I thought he said something about my parents, but I can't fully understand it. And then she's like, oh, he says he knows what happened to your parents. So it shows he knows some of the language, but he's not fluent, right? Because he was just a kid, and he picked up some words, but he doesn't understand the language per se. I would have liked to see that better.
But yeah, the thing that's throwing me off here is as far as I recall, there was nothing to even remotely suggest that Ezra had any doubts about his parents being dead. And now all of a sudden he's like, what, are they dead? Are they dead? It's this feels like it came out of maybe I'm forgetting something, but it feels like it came out of nowhere.
It could be one of those things is well, they must be dead. They never came back. But then Sibo says he knows what happened. And it's okay, give me some closure. Are they actually dead? Or did something else happen? But I appreciate him seeing the big picture and acting on that. Where have we not seen that before? So the other thing is the last episode kind of ended with he kind of knocks into his head and then he seems to be lucid.
Ezra Bridger.
But then this episode starts and he's kind of again, and it's oh, okay, we're doing that. Okay.
Fives is drug all over again.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. It's I've seen this before. I think even they did it in TCW too with the younglings arc where they're running away. They've saved Ahsoka. And they're just driving away yeah, no, this is the end of an episode, so we're in the clear. And then the next episode starts and they're being chased and it's just whoa, where did this come from? But it's they kind of do this thing where it's we want to have that nice ending, little cliffhangery, but nice ending, and then we have to backstep a little bit to make the beginning of the next episode work. So we still get that tension and everything again.
Picked up a passenger.
His cybernetic implant has downloaded half the Empire's secrets.
Okay, I can see why that's important. Let's get him out of here.
But you weren't going to do that otherwise?
No, apparently not.
The chopper down, I need you to fix it.
Not exactly my specialty.
Well, make it your specialty and make it fast.
Okay.
Or this ship becomes a real ghost.
It's a ship. It's a hunk of metal.
It's figurative. Really? You're going to go with... Okay.
I actually weirdly really enjoyed that effect of the ships kind of like elongating.
Yeah.
My parents trusted you, and you failed them, and you failed me.
I think you saved our lives.
Yeah, I guess there's a first time for everything.
They really do make them faceless.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Have,
have my cap down like this.
Like, how can you see?
They can't! They can't! It's ridiculous. It's like, it's so funny too because you like the contrast between the faceless guy and this guy, and it's like the faceless guy, his hat is like pulled down like this. But then the face guy, my cap's up here.
Oh man.
It's like, I get it. It saves on animation, right? Like, you can kind of make everybody look the same that way, and it's also, these are the bad guys. We don't want faces that you can relate to. We don't want you caring about them.
We are receiving a signal from the tracker. They will not be able to outrun us for long.
I thought the whole tracking them through hyperspace thing was like a sequel thing, that like was the first time we'd seen that thing.
Yeah, 'cause that was in The Last Jedi. When did this show air again? It was like right after the buyout, wasn't it? So like 2014?
Something
And then TLJ came out in what, 2015, 2018?
2017, December 2017.
Okay, so it's
3 years later.
It's the sequels that didn't care about continuity in this case, though, as we've pointed out before, Filoni helped create the sequels, so
Yeah, no, it's just
him
like
just disregarding more of his own stuff.
Yeah, the reason I bring it up is more so a case of like people freaked out over it in The Last Jedi, but it's like here it is in Rebels like 3 years earlier. It's like I think it's a little
Probably
different, but like
such a like something that you could easily forget about.
yeah.
But I mean, like
People
Rebels was
think Filoni is going to
never-
save Star Wars by erasing the sequels. It's like, but some of his ideas are in there. Like, you really think he's gonna be like, no, this is all garbage. Let's get rid of that. No.
would never think anything bad about his own works. He'd rather go around calling them a religious experience.
Oh, please don't remind me.
You're the one who has history with Sibo. What do you think we should do?
Don't know, don't much care.
That's
The literal, like, I am putting on armor.
mask.
I am shielding myself from the feelings.
Yes,
I am putting up a wall.
not very subtle.
Not very subtle, but it's a kid's show.
Yeah, you can forgive it.
So, I mean, the fact that it's, like, obvious, but also, like, instead of stating it, they did an obvious visual instead of having a character state, I don't want to talk about that. It's subtle, but not. I don't know. I think it was okay.
It's acceptable.
You'll never advance as a Jedi if you can't be honest. With yourself, at least.
Did he just say you can't be a Jedi if you can't be honest?
Honest with yourself.
Which
is even better.
He specified with yourself at least, right? So like that's the minimum.
Right.
But I think that means that like as a whole,
there you go.
you kind of gotta be honest. Where have we not seen that before? Right? Like he's calling him out on his un-Jedi-like behavior.
Where have we
I
not
haven't seen that before.
Empire Boskani Spastika.
He said the Empire can track the ghost.
Why is he speaking in Huttese? I
I
just
think it's
assumed he was talking in Rhodian, but
I think it has been like sometimes it says alien language, sometimes it says Rhodian, sometimes like it says Huttese. So I think it's another like the implant is scrambling with his brain. It's got all the information of all the languages in there, and it's directly connected to his brain, so it makes him fluent in all of them. Then she's fluent in all of them. and it's just
Yes.
explained or not, that bugs me because it's just so convenient, right? Like, I don't have a problem with a character knowing a bunch of languages, especially if it has an explanation like, hey, I studied a bunch of languages.
Yeah, it does seem a bit much, though.
How many languages does Sabine speak? Okay, so she's fluent in Mandalore language as well as basic, Huttese, Aqualish, Rhodian, and some Shriwook.
So that's 6 languages. Like, that's a bit much.
You'd be surprised how many languages some people know. So far, it's been a case of she just conveniently knows the language that they need her to know when they need her to know it. I think you can get away with like 3 or 4 languages. Because I mean, like, in Europe, people are naturally, well, not naturally, but like, they commonly know like 3 or 4 languages because they have 3 or 4 countries, you know, a half-hour drive away. So then even if they're not necessarily fluent, they can get by in like, 3 to 4 languages. So I think the thing for me is that she is fluent in 6 languages, right? And it's like, okay, in order to be
and she's,
the level of fluent,
and the fact
like,
that she's 16.
now, mind you, it's easier to learn things when you're young, but
like,
especially
you'd
when it comes
think
to languages.
At that
But, like,
age, and
you'd
being
have
that
to
fluent
be
in
living
6
in
languages,
it for a significant amount of time
or you'd have
to become fluent.
dedicate a
As a kid.
ridiculous amount of time to it.
Yes, and kids don't usually.
And that makes
like,
sense for
sit and study languages.
someone,
They have to
like
be
a
living
linguist.
in it.
That makes sense for a character who is
A linguist.
a linguist, and that's not really her thing. Like
No,
you
she's
said, it's
weapons
just
specialist and
convenience.
artist.
It's just for convenience.
Yeah, sorry, artist and demolitions expert. So yeah, that's kind of what bugs me, is that it reeks of convenience.
Why did you fix him?
We need you to scan the ghost for that.
That's why they need Chopper. Or here's a crazy idea.
Wouldn't the ship have built-in computers that can do that?
Potentially, but they could get a different droid.
Yeah.
Or reprogram his personality. I mean, like, in The Mandalorian, we see a droid that goes from assassin to babysitter because all he did was just reprogram his personality. And I'll grant, maybe that's a little more complicated than I'm making it out to be. But if you have a thing that is, like, dangerous to your own crew, maybe it's worth it. It's like, clearly they know enough about him to be able to repair him when he gets fried, so they must know enough about him to be able to, like, I don't know, switch a chip, or, like, rewire some things, like, just figure it out, because it feels like that's important. Just say.
Your parents. Do you really believe they're dead?
Does it matter?
Yeah, of course it matters.
Why does she care so much?
That is a good question.
Once Hera takes him away, you may never see Sibo again.
Why is this ship so incredibly anti-soundproof? Like, why is it so easy to hear other people talking? I swear this is the first time we have ever seen that in a ship in Star Wars. I swear. Normally, it's like, how did they not hear that? Like, in the Mortis arc. When the sun makes off with Ahsoka out their ship and everyone's freaking out, and then Obi-Wan's like, oh, something going on, like, where's Ahsoka? And it's like, okay, I guess these things are super soundproof, and now we get on this ship and it's like it's made out of paper. Like, it's not just you can hear them loud and clear through solid metal. It's like...
If I let myself believe my folks were alive, I'd never have learned how to survive.
Good point.
She's going to talk to him and find out and tell him later.
Probably.
kind of cool. Now I know what happened to the crates of spice that Trace dumped. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
The tracker indicates the rebel ship has emerged from hyperspace. Should we...
At once.
I was gonna say, should we break for lunch? I love how there's no evidence of the explosions.
You remember the nasty creatures Hera and Sabine found here? I'm gonna need you to connect with them like I was trying to teach you before. I'll get the tracking device off the Phantom. You go make some new friends.
I get the impression that Kanan already knows how to do this, right? Like, he can connect with animals, right? Because he said this is a standard part of Jedi training. Wouldn't it make more sense, instead of putting your Padawan's life in danger while you go pull the thing off the ship there, you know, and potentially putting your own life in danger at the same time? Wouldn't it make more sense that you do that and he pulls the thing off the ship? Like, I just, Ezra was kind of seeing the big picture at the beginning of the episode, and now Kanan over here is like, no, lessons come first. If we both die in the process, then whoops it is. It's like, I understand trying to teach under pressure, but I feel like, you know, there's a line. This kind of crosses the line. Is it just me, or are those things attacking a lot slower than they did in the episode with Sabine and Hera? There, your job is done.
That was easy.
Okay, good job. Now you can go and help keep her Padawan from dying. I guess they ate recently? Like, why are they so slow now?
I don't think they attacked right away with Hera and Sabine, did they?
Well, as soon as it was dark. Maybe it took a little... Oh, maybe it took a little time. How many months has it been?
It's been so long.
If you support us on Patreon, it could mean that we're able to get together for recording more frequently, because I could hire a babysitter or something. So, you know, if you're interested in helping us out, you can also comment and subscribe, like the video. Those things boost the algorithm, which also, in the long run, helps us reach more people who might support us on Patreon, right? Like, you'd be helping us get the support that we need, even if you, like, you know what, where I'm at right now, I can't do the Patreon thing, but, like, this helps us get more of this, right? Because then more people who maybe can do this will be like, hey, you know what, I can do that, right? So it's like, even if you can't do that, doing these things helps us get more of this, and that helps us, like, do more of this and make more content and things like that. And so it's like good things. And we already talked about the bell. We're literally recording this like an hour later, so like obviously we haven't seen what people said in response to that, but like we'll get there eventually. And share. That's all. You just do the things.
I'm sorry, I forgive you, Sibo!
What? Is Sibo suddenly force sensitive?
Does the Force work that way? That, like, you can reach someone even if they're not Force sensitive?
I don't
it's
think
like,
so.
Yeah, that's like telepathy, but over just like a gigantic distance. And like, they just, it's like, you're supposed to be connecting with the cats, bro, not with Sibo. I'm still banking on my hunch. Sabine's gonna talk to him, get the info. And then Ezra's gonna be like, oh, I wish I'd taken you up on that offer, but now I will never know. And she's like, well, actually...
We'll see in a month or so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. All right.
This time you stay in the cockpit.
She's not gonna stay.
Sir, they're over here.
I sense...
Sir! They're not alone.
What, you just noticed that? And they're somehow not getting shot.
I don't know how to feel about this, because, like, on the one hand, it's, like, a smart strategy, right? Like, you use the crazy cats to get the troopers, because, like, otherwise you're completely outnumbered. But on the other hand, it seems a little un-Jedi-like to just, like, yeah, use these animals as cannon fodder.
Yeah, although I'd kind of give that a pass, though, because, I mean, Kanan technically hasn't been a Jedi since Order 66.
And getting the bulk of his training there, because he was younger than Ahsoka, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then what he would be seeing modeled is, yes, we use these for cannon fodder, but, you know, like, because that's how they kind of treated the clones, right? So,
Yeah.
So I can understand that, you know, I don't know if they thought it out that much, but that does track. How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you! I thought for a second, I was like, oh, he's got him now. And then he shoots, and then it's like, the guy didn't even really, like, deflect it away. And like, he did that after the shot's been fired. But somehow he missed.
Good job, Kanan.
You're not going near it.
I like that he instantly loses.
Yeah.
Your devotion to your master is admirable, but it will not save you.
That's actually kind of intimidating.
Yeah, I like the contrast to the blue and the red lightsaber. I really like that moment.
I really got, like, the power of friendship vibes.
Really?
Well, I mean,
'Cause
like,
I felt like it was very obviously, like, he's going to a dark place.
oh, really? Oh, okay.
Really? You didn't? That was very obviously dark side. Tapping into the dark side. Really? You didn't get that vibe?
Well, because he's saying, oh, your friends are gonna die, and you're gonna die, and it's like,
Your master will die.
No!
Your friends will die, and everything you've hoped for will be lost.
No!
usually that's the kind of thing that's going on in anime, and then suddenly they get this, like, power boost because the power of friendship, I'm not gonna let you hurt my friends and me, and like, that's the kind of, like, I got that, like, anime power of friendship vibe from that moment. But I see what you mean. They were kind of like, you know, the Inquisitor is kind of basically saying, like, you know, the darkness is coming for you, and you're getting, like,
Darkness is too strong for you, orphan. It is swallowing you up, even now.
so, like, they are kind of, like, telling you, hey, this is what's going on here. But at the same time, everyone's like, no, 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 no. Right? I mean, like, I guess he can say no all he wants, but it doesn't necessarily make it true. But, like, I don't know. I kind of got the vibe that he, like...
I mean, like, usually
is-
in power of friendship moments, they really hype it up, and they got, like, the swelling music in the background, and all
There
on
was
and on
swelling
and on.
music in the background.
No, it was more like a very eerie, subdued tone.
But, like, yeah, afterward, he's like, oh, I feel so cold. And Kanan seems really, like, freaked out.
Ezra, no. What happened? I feel so cold.
So, like, yeah, maybe it's because he did use the dark side.
I don't get, like, how that's not completely obvious to you. 'Cause it was so beyond obvious to me that that's what was happening there.
Then I guess you're smarter then. I don't know, it's just, maybe I've just watched a lot of anime, and so I just kind of, my brain is like, oh, I've seen this before, right? But I will say, like, because at first I was like, oh, sure, now he gets this convenient power boost. But I think you're right that there's enough flags there to kind of be like, no, he's using the dark side here. So that power boost makes sense. It was short-lived. It looks like there's going to be some consequences for it. I mean, there are. If Kanan wasn't there, he'd be dead. Though, like, the one thing is when he loses control, the cat's still like, nah, I'm gonna take out the lightsaber dude over here instead of the easy pickings things over there. And it's kind of convenient that the big cat was just kind of chilling down in that crack the whole time. I don't know. There are some things about it that are convenient, but I think in terms of, like, the actual, like, giving the character the necessary power boost in that moment and how they're handling the repercussions of all that and, like, how long it lasted and how it, like, basically... the fact that it lasted as a diversion as long as it did is definitely pushing it, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Grand Inquisitor should have been able to get away from that much sooner.
Yeah. So in that regard, there's definitely problems there, but they're doing some things right. Something's wrong, something's right. Boy, it sure is a good thing that he can't jump over the railing behind him or something. He has to go down those stairs through the through the crazy cat thing.
Force jump, dude. Okay.
I mean, it was cool that he threw his lightsaber. That's something. And that's smart that they have Kanan disabled their ship.
My master will not be pleased.
No?
I was trying to protect you.
I know, but your anger and fear caused that giant creature to attack.
I don't remember it.
I find it interesting that there's a bit of memory loss there.
Yeah, I think that they're kind of handling that well, that they're actually acknowledging it and
Yeah.
explaining it, but not like being expositional about it. So his anger and his fear caused the big creature to attack, but I guess because they connected to the little creatures, it was just their orders that made them attack. I don't know. They seem to be drawing this like differentiation, but I guess it makes sense.
Because
he kind of seemed to be ordering the big one to attack, right? And I would think it was just the anger and fear that gave him the power boost necessary to control a creature that large.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, but the way Kanan phrased it, it made it seem like, oh, well, no, it only attacked because you were using anger and fear to control it.
I think that makes sense to me.
But the other ones attacked, they weren't using anger and fear to control them. They just ordered them to attack. And he clearly ordered the big one to attack.
Well, it's like you just said. They're smaller creatures. They don't take a power boost in order to control.
Yes, but I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Kanan phrased it like the creature attacked because you were angry and afraid. Mm-hmm. As opposed to you used, like, your anger and fear gave you the power you needed to control the beast, and then you ordered it to attack.
Okay, so that's more of a wording issue.
Yeah. So, for me, I'm wondering, is it a wording issue, or is it they're actually saying, no, it's the fear and the anger that caused the creature to attack, like, and that they're trying to say that's different than the other animals attacking, even though technically what actually happened was exactly the same. It's just how they got control over the animals that was different. Am I making sense? Am I not making sense? Somebody tell me if I'm just gobbledygook is coming out of my mouth right now.
I don't remember it.
That's for the best.
Black void of space.
Mom? Dad?
Happy birthday, Ezra Bridger.
Honestly, I do like Sabine.
So far.
You
know, I think that was a really good moment. That felt earned.
Mm-hmm. Voila! Don't forget to do all the things. It's so much easier to just say, do all the things.
Do all the things.
Rather than like,
because we're lazy. Yeah. We're too lazy to actually go through all the things.
Yeah.
But you have to take the time and the energy to do all the things.
It takes a lot less energy to just read it and do it than to detail every last step.
I think you're being lazy.
Wasn't that already made clear? I will mention, we do have Super Thanks enabled.
I still need to...
Yes, Super Thanks is not on there, but we do have it.
Yes. So utilize it, if you so choose.
Yes, there. That was our lazy outro.
Yep, we're good at those.
Yay!
Yay! What?
What have you done?
I always click the wrong buttons. We could potentially finish most of the episode and then just have a few minutes left. Or we could go eat food.
I'm gonna slice off your legs and slice off...
What are you afraid of? Answer the question! What do you want to do? I can take a nap now.